Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Everyone. This is Sandhya this side, and it's a pleasure to be with you all again. Today, we are privileged to have a renowned educator, Dr. Professor Ashita Chadha, Director, University Institute of Liberal Arts and Humanities at Chandigarh University. To start with, let me give you a quick introduction to her profile. With 25 years of experience in academics, administration, and research, she has authored 32 research papers in national and international journals and received two Best Paper Awards at international conferences. She has edited three books and participated in more than 25 industry workshops and faculty development programs. Her excellence has been recognized with two Best Faculty Awards and three Visionary Leadership Awards. Associated with Chandigarh University since 2010, Dr. Chadha conducts sessions on employability skills and holistic development, inspiring students to achieve academic excellence and personal growth. Today, she'll be guiding us on a very important and relevant topic parent teacher collaboration for the holistic development of children. So, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Ashita to her first Hello Kids YouTube live session, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. And I thank Hello Kids to invite me for this session. I hope there is some takeaways for both the parents and the teachers from this session. I would also like to learn from all of you because we are right now in a disruptive world where I feel the Gen Z and soon to come Gen Alpha are creating a lot of disruptions in our own thinking processes. So that's why I thought that we should, I think, alter the
Much
pedagogy
needed,
that
ma'am.
we've been taking. Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. Much needed session. Much needed session.
Oh, I hope so. So, thank you. I'll start with the session.
Yes, please,
And
please.
it comes from a very strong thought process in me where I feel that, there is a strong disconnect of the current generations with society, and there is a great lack of emotional development and understanding of the students, maybe because they have been brought up in the technology world. And I feel that it's a major gap where education from both parents and teachers is a must to ensure that children have a very holistic development. I strongly believe that parents and teachers make a great team. It's a perfect team to guide a child for their career success, for their professional success, for their personal success. And that is the reason why I have actually picked up this topic. So let me start with one point in mind. Everyone who's joined me today, please have a very futuristic vision, because these children who have joined your institutions today are going to become members of the society in the next 15 years. And times will have drastically changed in terms of the social, technological, political environment. So please nurture them, or please give them those skills that are going to be required when they pass out from your institution. And that is the reason why we need to have holistic development. Currently parents, students come to us now also that my father has asked me, or my parents have said that you have to do engineering, while the child is not interested in doing engineering at all. He feels that it suffocates the child. So please be aware that your child currently is Gen Z, and parents who are young parents, children born after 2010 till now, are going to be Gen Alpha. And those children are coming from a digital world. Already you've started giving them mobile phones where they navigate all their information on in the digital world. So please, that is the reason I want you to have a very futuristic vision on what the world will be for them after 15 years. Keep that in mind, please. So I'll start with my presentation. So education today is not just about academics. As I just told you, please don't ask the children. Yes, we consider that, engineering and medical are very safe professions for children and they're not thing. But let me tell you one thing, that the most disruption in jobs is happening in both these areas. And it's not necessary that these are going to be two very important areas of careers in the next 15 years. So rather than just focusing on marks and academics, I would request all the parents or the teachers in school to focus on a holistic development of the child, more to do with cognition, where the child learns how to use knowledge uh, critically in evaluating their interactions in the world. Emotions very strong. We have at the spur of the moment children saying that we are distressed, we have anxiety pangs, and we can't do this. Why are you giving us two assignments at the same time? So emotional resilience, very important. Um, I'll also want to know from the teachers uh, what issues you can write in the chat. What one characteristics that you feel that the current generation of children are not adept at, their social interactions, because they are hooked on to social media, they are hooked on to digital devices. It doesn't matter whether there are five people sitting in a room, but they'll all be on their mobiles and they don't need to communicate verbally with each other. So their social interactions are less. Physical activity, very lazy present generations. Few people, yes, they are active, where parents encourage children to go out and have some physical activity. But they would, unless and until, I find students, few students, in 100 students, maybe two or four students who want to do something physically active. Otherwise, they're happy with their mobile phones. So, yes, I would request that, each parent ensure that the child has physical activity 1 hour or 2 hours every day. Because you're young parents, it's your responsibility, I feel, to ensure that your child goes out for physical activity on a daily basis, because that's where you learn how to be with a team, you learn how to build leadership skills. That's where it happens. And you learn social interactions. So please ensure that as a parent your child is going out every day for some interaction. And the last is moral growth. Uh, it's a sad situation of what we have been seeing in the last 2, 3 years, where children uh, come to us and tell us the relationship with their parents is all about money. They send us money. I ask them how many times in a week you talk to your parents. So they say once. Sometimes after 10 days, when we need money, we call our parents, they send the money. We WhatsApp to them. They ask us on WhatsApp, what are you doing? We tell them what we are doing, and that's it. But that's a poor state of affairs in the current generation. And I think we should rethink on how we have been building our relationship with our children. Uh, you know, uh, my generation, I am almost 49 years of age. My generation, I talk to my parents every day because it was this connect, you know. But if we as parents are not giving enough time to the children, when you will require to connect with them, they will not have enough time. So it's very important that we build that relationship with our children right from the beginning. So all these things plus academics, if you have a holistic development of your child, the child is emotionally resilient, cognitively very well adept at problem solving, decision making, is curious about what's happening in the world, is creative minded. If your child is asking questions and you tell the child that, oh, don't ask so many questions, you're actually putting down the child. Answer each question the child is asking. Ask more questions to the child. Okay, what do you think about this? So that builds curiosity in the mind of the child. The child becomes more creative. If a child becomes creative, I'm dead sure the child become more innovative, the mindset becomes more entrepreneurial. The child will become more understanding of how things work, and the child will be able to give or solve problems more easily. So please build those qualities in children. It's very important, rather than just marks. My point is, if a child uh, has, say, 95% marks in academics, but the child is crying all the time, is not able to have good social interactions in the world, doesn't want to meet people, those 95% or 100% marks are of no use. They mean nothing in this world. So please have a very well informed knowledge about how to build the mind, body, and spirit of the child. Academics, yes. Creativity, more than 100% focus. Emotional intelligence, make the student, the child, emotionally strong. Social skills, take them out, ensure that they have good social skills and life skills of integrity, value, organizing, planning things. These are life skills, they are transferable. You can do any kind of job, you will require these skills of adaptability, flexibility. These are skills that the child will require all their life. So, as teachers, as parents, create situations where the child builds these skills of teamwork, of being able to work in groups. They help the child to learn collaboration, of giving them situations where they have to creatively give solutions to problems, small situations where the child has to use a creative thought process to find solutions to a problem. And I believe these small inputs on various parts of other aspects of holistic development will help the child blossom better in life. So, I feel that because the children today belong to a hypercognitive knowledge ability, all information is available to them very easily. So the role of the parents becomes even stronger because they are the first educators of the child. And being the first educators of the child, it becomes all the more important that you become good role models. I can understand parents, both parents are working, there are, time schedules are less for the parents, but it's really sad that, the children are being brought up in by a nanny or in a crèche for most part of their day. If there is no other solution, no problem. But the latter half of the day, please ensure that you give 1.5 to 2 hours to your child, which is quality time. Don't give them mobile phones and let them do things on their own. No, please don't do that. It's very important to understand that you are instilling values, some discipline, habits. You're giving them emotional support. And I would request the parents to make a list of all the activities that you do with your child, uh, where you write down what values you're instilling in that child, you know, through which activity, what values you're instilling in your child, through which activity you're ensuring that the child is disciplined. Today's children are not, you can't punish them, and don't even punish them. They will not take it very easily. Rather than punishing, guide them, answer them what they did wrong and how to improve it is the way you discipline them now. Tell them the consequences of doing something that's wrong, and take it to the very future, that if they continue to do something that's wrong, uh, what consequences they may face in the future. So discipline, very important. Habits, uh, habits of cleanliness, of interacting with people, habits of being respectful, lacking in children. The children that come to us, they confront, they confront everybody or anybody for no rhyme or reason. They very easily get into fights, and that's a sad situation. It should not happen. If we are looking into the future as a society, we have to ensure that we tell our students, our children, what are good habits. I've seen parents going, the children are playing in a playground, and the parents going and fighting with other parents' children कि आपके बच्चे ने हमें मारा, मेरे बेटे को मारा. Let them be, their children, let them resolve things on their own. I can understand if, things are becoming bad, then you interfering. Let the children negotiate their own problems themselves. Don't get into fights with other parents or with their children. Rather than that, give your child emotional support. Guide your child on how to negotiate the problem that the child is facing. Stand behind your child. Encourage your child to find solutions for their problems. These are small, very small activities that extend learning beyond school. And parents have to be the foundation, I believe. They have to be role models in ensuring that their children become strong in negotiating their own life from the very beginning. It's not a very good thing that the parents become a barrier between the child and the world. They need to stand behind the child and support the child emotionally. That's what I expect the parents to be. If you have any questions, please go up to the chat box and please type in. I'll be answering them whenever you want them, when at the end of the session. So I'll answer those. So the next point is role of teachers. Yes, academic, giving knowledge, sharing knowledge, mentoring. Um, Teachers provide social skills, discipline, teamwork, identify the child's strengths, their learning gaps, fostered their curiosity, creativity, provide a safe and inclusive environment. But I don't know how much of what the teacher learns about the child are they able to are able to communicate with the parents. So we also face this problem, but I feel that in when the child is in school or they're starting their learning journey, the connect between the teacher and the parent is it should be big, because that gap between the teachers and parents creates a lot of uh, mistrust. It creates a lot of confusion, but mistrust between the teacher and the parent. So we have a lot of PTMs, a monthly PTM, but I feel they're not enough to build that collaboration. We also have PTMs. I have been to PTMs, but that's a 3, 4 minute, 5 minute interaction. I'm going ahead. I I would want that gap between the parent and the teacher is bridged, so that there is some consistency in what the child learns in school, and what and the same thing continues at home. The parents follow up with what the school is teaching, because children believe more in what their teacher tells them. So the parent needs to build on what the teacher has told them. And I don't mind if the teacher can write a note or two in the diary of the child, or send a message to the parent that this is what we have taught the child today. And we would request that you follow up with the child today afternoon for half an hour on this. And we can do it, every teacher can do it once or twice a week, not more. But it helps the child, it emphasizes on the child uh, the values that you would like to inculcate both in school and at home. Uh, the collaboration in this area helps to bridge a gap between what the child is learning in school and what the child is learning at home. So it helps the child improve their confidence, the performance. Yes, we've had a child who is a slow learner, a student who is a slow learner. So what we did was, luckily the child's parents were local. We called the mother and we told the mother that, you work with the child in this mathematics area, because the child is not able to perform up to the grades that are required. And we could see, the change in the child's performance in a month only, because the homework, the assignment we were giving extra assignment to the child. The parent was ensuring that in not more than 15-20 minutes, the child has done that work. So, it really helps where there are slow learners in classes, people who take their pace of learning is less. You should, the teachers need to work with their parents specifically a little more to encourage, to ensure that the child learns at the same pace. So it encourages, yes, positive behavior, emphasizes on the values that are being taught in school. The same values are ensured that they are being learned at home, and creates a very supportive ecosystem. So, what is the benefit of this collaboration to children? Anybody can tell me? Are people still there? Okay,
Yes.
in the chat you can write.
It gives a consistency between the parents and as well as teachers,
Yes,
and it
true.
encourages the
So, so do you people have this problem where there is a communication gap between the parents and the children and the teachers?
yes.
Okay, fine. So I'll just come to that. But yes, I believe that the benefits to the children are improved uh, motivation, and I feel that the confidence of the child will increase. The academic performance becomes better, and somehow I also feel that the child will the emotional security for the child improves when the mother is talking about, I met your teacher and the teacher has said this, so let's work on this. And the teacher saying that yes, your mama had come or your father had come and we discussed this, so we'll work on this together. So what happens with that emotional security is the bond that the child develops for the school, for the emotional happiness that the child requires. Uh, that I can understand using technology for sending specific messages to parents, but uh, that bonding between parents and faculty or the teachers for particularly child you know is required. And I feel parents, as a parent, my responsibility to ensure that my child is emotionally strong is more than the school's work. But yes, if the school tells what are the strengths, what are my child's strengths, and what are the weaknesses, and how I can, help my child improve those weaknesses, would be a great thing. You've done half my work that ways. So, because all teachers can very easily gauge, understand what are the problems that each child has. So, you know, it will help me to work on with my child. And with the teachers, I can understand that there are 30, 40 children in the class. So to work on alone with one child becomes difficult. But if you have an understanding of what the problem the child has, and you communicate the same thing to the parent, help the parent overcome that weakness, is collaboration. You're helping the child in growing. So, uh, the current challenges, busy schedules of parents. I feel that parents, you should become a parent if you are able to navigate this problem. And if you're in there, then ensure that your child has enough time spent with you. We have a lot of children who come and say, my parents don't have time for me. And that's really sad. So parents have to ensure that they give quality time to their children every day. It's not just the weekend, it's every day. Communication gap, I just told you. Yes, we have a lot of apps and a lot of other technology benefits. But if I get one call from my teacher regarding my child, uh, telling me the progress of the child and how I should work with my child, once a month or twice twice a year would be a great help in bridging this communication gap. And because it will help me become aware of my child's strengths, the challenges my child is facing, and how I should overcome those challenges. So the teacher is actually supporting me in my parenting, and in ensuring that the child becomes confident in the world. So, yes, different expectations from home and school is a challenge that we face. And that's why I told you we need to bridge this communication gap. And I discussed that you require to understand issues. I also feel that, parents, if they find that the child is refusing to go to school or is struggling with the school uh, work, the parent should uh, ask to meet the teacher and sit with the teacher and discuss details. Uh, but they are one to one. I'm not talking about one to one problems. I'm going to discuss how collaboration of how parents can be involved in the, it takes a village to bring up a child. That's what I feel. And I still continue to believe that because the child will have a lot of multiple interactions with different types of people. And that is the reason why we should have involvement of parents with the school. Yes, parents are busy, but I think you should take a step to talk to parents on how they can contribute once a year for a day or for 2 days with with the academic or the extracurricular part of the child's upbringing. You know, um, Okay, I'm really sorry. I don't know where we got disconnected. Please let me know where we got disconnected.
No issues, ma'am.
Okay, so this slide I'll start again. So key areas for collaboration would be social, emotional, well-being, extracurricular, and creative pursuits. And yes, workshops on character building that we should uh, take up uh, with the parent. And okay, so these are some suggestions that I'm giving. It's up to you how you can, uh, engage with them. So the first thing is to have joint goal setting for children, for the next 1, 2, 3 years, where the parent and the teacher sits, at the end of maybe 6 months, because the teacher is better able to understand the skill set of the child and their ability to move on. And, with the parent also sitting over there, and goal setting is in terms of education, in terms of emotional connect, in terms of social skills, uh, and you can add on one or more things. So this exercise is really good. We have practiced it with one of our batches, and it helped us in understanding the expectations of the parents. The parents were able to understand what their children's skill set is, and what level of academic excellence they have. So it helps to bridge that entire gap, and it's really nice. Uh, Once the parents thank you, for giving them clarity on their child, it's a wonderful exercise, and I feel that all schools should do it with for each child every 2 years, so that there is a trajectory which the child takes on how to improve or how to learn over a period of time. I think you should try it if it sounds reasonable. Then we have parent-teacher workshops. Um, we have parents come in, and we have workshops for them on, sometimes even on psychological aspects of parenting, where the parents come and complain that they are facing these issues with adolescent children. We have adolescent children, and we tell them how to navigate their behavioral aspects, or their sometimes even their educational aspects. So you can do the same for the children, for the parents, and then involving parents in school activities. If you have a sports day, pick up 4 or 5 parents who volunteer to come for preparing the students for that sports day, or for some cultural event, storytelling, some community service, or a science fair. You can, choose and find. But I feel that you should have parents there to assist you or to help you. And there are parents who are not working as well, and they would, I think, volunteer to help with these aspects. If you feel that you should involve parents. And yes, send notes to parents in the diary on how to reinforce what is being taught in the school. Have sessions with parents. They can give you a lot of innovative ideas on how they would like to, uh, you know, uh, engage with the school for a day or for one event, how they can contribute to the learning of the children. And you can pick and choose wherever you feel that, okay, this is something positive or interesting that we would want the parent to do, because parents come from various domains, and they have a lot of expertise. So engage with them in collaboration. And parents will also start understanding how children behave in school, and what are the school's teaching and learning. So you can pick up these activities to collaborate with the parent. And the way forward, I was suggesting, is to build inclusive uh, policies where parents and children and the teachers can have joint sessions uh, in terms of appreciating the child, or in terms of awarding a child. So you have joint achievement sessions or training sessions on, on the weekend, on a Saturday, and parents could be requested to actively participate. Uh, the problems the current generation of parents is have ha, are having are sometimes we are not able to understand from our viewpoint. So yes, have sessions with them and tell them to have some consistent home environment behaviors that you expect the child to learn. So you can establish trust and mutual respect with this continuous feedback loop. And it's a learning process. We just started learning on these ourselves. We have about a year since we started this parent interaction on a regular basis, and we have changed a lot of things, the way we used to function, the way we used to work. Uh, we now have an app for the parents where the parents can log in and check on a daily basis the attendance of their child and the marks and the progress of the child, everything. So that's communication in terms of the child's academic achievements. But we are now uploading also the child's certificates that the child is getting in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So a holistic perspective of the child's development is going to the parents, and we encourage them to come back with feedback or suggestions on how this collaboration can improve the system that we are in. And I felt that, the schools in India should also start this. It happens outside India, simply because I feel that the current generation of children are way different from how the millennials were, or how the Gen Z now becoming parents are. So together, I believe we shape not one's child's future, but we are shaping our own future. So that is the reason why I said that have a forward vision of 15, 20 years ahead. I do not want that children should remain in their technological capsules with very few social skills and emotional disconnect. That is the reason I would want that we collaborate with parents to ensure that uh, we are able to give our children the right values, ethics, and shape the child's future for a better success. So, you have any questions, you may please ask. You have any suggestions, please let me know. So, any questions? Okay, great, great. Sandhya, anything else you require me to do?
Ma'am, your question answers will be happen because there is 2, 3 parents. No, they are sending the question. I think this unmute problem is happening. 1
Okay,
minute.
no problem. You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
tell me the question, I'll answer.
Please, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm here, Kavita Sharma. I'm having one query to ask you. Irrespective of having teachers always will be communicating with the parents, irrespective of the PTMs. There will be a workshop, there will be a home assignments, and there are certain co-curricular activities also where the parents are always engaged with the teachers and the school management. But there, where the in certain extreme cases, ma'am, where the parents, in certain situations, not all the parents, but in certain situations, parents deny accepting the children flaws and collaborate with the teachers for the holistic development of the child, which is
Yes.
really like very difficult for the teachers also to come up with the solution and make the parents understand what is really important to the child. In such cases, what the teacher should take the step, and
Okay.
what can be the possibilities?
Oh, correct. That's a great question. And let me start by breaking it up. If you've identified that a child has some issues, ask, don't get it to the parent in a complaint or in a manner that the child is facing this issue. Just frame some questions on getting answers from the parent. Are you facing this at home with the child? Is this happening with the child? Is, just two, three questions. If the child's parent says yes or no or whatever, very important to understand the parents' perspective. Parents today do not have time for their children. So they think that, protecting the child is their forte or their responsibility. And I talk to parents that don't protect your child, they will never learn. You know, uh, we have adolescents. The children are, they're so aggressive, and sometimes when we tell them that, we'll need to call your parents, they say, "Ha, bula lo." They will not say anything to us, which is a sad situation. So if you feel that the parent is answering with yes to the problems questions, then you take it further, and you have to give them a solution to resolve that problem. It would be great if the teacher also has a solution to the problem. I feel the parents learn from the teacher as well. Yes, parents are protective, but where parents are not understanding what the problem is, it is our duty to tell the parent this is a problem area, but this is a solution to this problem area. And please help us in ensuring that the child learns it properly. So I hope, Kavita, ma'am, I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It was so accurate.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
I hope like most of the teachers would have been facing same issues in their classrooms, and they had got a very clear and aesthetic answer. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So yeah, we face this problem when we are counseling parents, parents become very aggressive sometimes. How can you say this
Yes.
to my child? So, we start from the foundation there. So
Yes,
that,
ma'am. And in certain cases, ma'am, what happens, there will be certain overprotective parents also,
yeah,
and they are very child-centric. And even for the small issues which child has not done, and where the child has to like take their own stand, the parents will not allow them to take their own stand. Even
yes.
that also become a very big damage for the child's holistic development.
So that is the reason why I told you should have workshops for parents on parenting. That is exactly
Mm.
the reason why I told you that
True,
get
ma'am.
good people to have parenting workshops, because
Yes, ma'am.
parents are young, 25 saal, 30, 29, 30. They are busy with their own jobs, their own personal endeavors, but we require to teach them on how to become a good parent. And I'm not just talking about being a good parent, it's having a lot of repercussions on the society, in the society's functioning. We've had a HR manager, vice president come in from a very good company. He says, since the Gen Z has joined, has in the last 4 years, since the Gen Z is joining our corporation, things have
ஏன் கிளாஸ்
become
அட்டன் பண்ண
very
இருக்காங்க
okay.
Hi, ma'am. I have a question. Can I ask you?
Yes, please do.
See, as you say, Gen Z parents are there. So I can say even the parents which I do have currently, they are kind of a busy. Plus, they are not ready to listen a single thing from the teacher. neither the positive nor the negative, because they think whatever they are doing at home, that is the way the child is growing. But they are not accepting that as a school we are also contributing something to the child's social, emotional, and academic.
Yes, I totally agree to what you're saying, and I really understand what you're saying. Uh, my point is still the same, that we are not educating the children only, we have to educate the parent as well. Because Gen Z parents, they are analytical. They learn everything on digital media. They're experiencing things on the digital media. They have not experienced life um, so much that they can relate real world experiences to their learning. And for the same reason, I feel that you need to have better communication with. It's not just passing information. I was not talking about passing information through various apps. No, I'm not talking about that. You need to engage with parents. And that is the reason when we have a PTM, uh, in that PTM, the first half an hour, keep a session with the parents and then have a PTM. Just half an hour. No parents have time, but tell them that it's a half an hour session, and we need to have that half an hour session. And once in that half an hour session, please tell them just 2 points every time. Don't make it big, but those two important points on parenting, on the problems in communication, or in the parents trying to understand what their children are. Parents are even not able to understand where they have to take their children, what level they have to take their children to. That's why I said, if you start with a goal setting session jointly with parents, then the parents will start trusting you. They know that you mean well of the child. They know that the teacher understands my child well. Let start with these sessions, and there'll be a sea change in the way engagement between parents and the faculty happens.
Sorry, ma'am, I do have one more question.
Yes, yes.
How can we handle the parent of a special child? And when the parent know very well the child is very, very special, there are, I can say, degrees in special children also.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, it's if I say first, second, and third, the third is the version one, and the parents know very well the child is not able to read, write, even walk and speak properly. Though their demands are always high, just like as a normal child's parent, and
Okay.
they are not listening our suggestions. At the similar time they are not what shall I say, not able to understand the current situation of the child, and they're pushing us to make him read, write, and speak properly the way the normal kiddos are. So, in
Correct.
that scenario, how to handle the parent who knows very well what is the situation and the child is very special, but they are not listening us. They are not, allowing us to make the child go through according to the child's condition. In that
Okay.
kind of a scenario, what we are supposed to do?
So, if you have one parent, if you have two parents, I don't know whether you have special education teachers or not. You should have one in your campus. First, arrange a counseling of the parent with that special education teacher. It's very important that the parent get involved more with such a child's education. And I feel that it's more important for you to communicate as a teacher empathetically with such a parent. Start by asking the problems they face and then tell your problems. Ask them what their problems are. I would want that if you do not have a special education teacher, you arrange a special education teacher, a session for such parents where they can, ask them, a good teacher is one who asks the parents first. You already know what your problems are. You know
Yeah. So here,
what.
sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No
If the
problem.
parent has already sending the child to the sessions,
No, ma'am, I'm not
and
talking about sending the child to the session. I'm talking about sending the parent for a special education session,
okay,
because
not the
that,
child.
no, I'm not talking about the child.
Okay,
No,
okay.
the parent first has to be oriented that your child needs special attention, more time than other parents. So I feel all problems that you face, find the basic base of that problem and hit at resolving that problem. Start there. So, but see, the child is at the receiving end. The parent has to understand first that my child needs special attention. So arrange a meeting of the parent with the special educator. Let the special educator find what the problems parent is facing, give the counseling to the parent, and then send the parent to meet you. Things will change.
Okay,
Yeah.
because what I have faced in several years, the parents they know they are moving ahead with the sessions with the children. Even then, they are denying from their part that the child is
Is
capable.
a
They are not
special.
denying. Yes, special.
Ma'am, I truly understand what you're feeling, but we are actually not orienting the parent, not giving, the right education to the parent about the child.
And
So,
second thing is, there are few kids which
mm,
are, I can say, very naughty in a form of not a special kid, but yes, they
mm,
are bullying everyone, hitting, beating in the
mm,
class. And in that scenario, if we call the parent or send a note that please come to the school for a meeting and let's discuss the issue.
mm,
In that case, if the parent hitting you back with the answer that my child is perfect in the class, but at the same time, teachers are not taking care of the things properly in the class. In
mm.
those kind of a scenario, how to talk or deal with these kind of a
So,
parents?
ma'am, I gave you the answer very in the very beginning. Have
Again,
sessions, have sessions for parents on parenting. Pick up bullying. Uh, don't pick it up as the theme of the parenting session, but in one of the themes, let the psychologist talk about, children bullying others or something like that. Make them aware how such children, they start with bullying there and
mm,
can reach the jail in the future if they are not responsible for the behavior that they are showing. You know,
okay.
uh, uh, the children who are very aggressive, you know, they don't have a barrier to stop at any level because they become so oriented to using aggression that they don't consider it wrong. So,
Mhm.
the psychologist or the teacher or the counselor will themselves tell the parent ki if you do not stop your child now from bullying others, they can reach jail in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's why I said that, collaboration in this area where you can start with those parents where the children are showing these issues. Have a parenting session for their parents.
Okay,
Start
ma'am.
with them. Yeah. And, just
Yeah.
2 points or 3 points you can discuss with them. Don't make it very long. Parents may not turn up. Make it a 1 hour session only, just before the PTM.
Yeah, got it,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you
yes,
so
yes,
much for suggesting me on these things. They are very
yes.
useful and really, I'm really thankful to you.
You're most welcome.
Hi, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, ma'am. First of all, would like to thank for the very insightful session that we had. Thank you very much. It was, so I'm a parent, and it's really helpful. So I have a question. I'm not sure whether it's out of topic, but I'll just anyway go with it.
Hmm.
Uh, we have a kid who is 3 year old. So
Hmm.
at the very beginning of the session, you touched upon a point, which is that you shouldn't punish the child.
Hmm. 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 Correct.
I
They
come
will
from a
not accept it very
yeah,
easily.
so I come from a generation where negative reinforcement was the norm, at home as well as at school. If I
Yes.
come home, or for that matter, anyone in my generation come home and say that my teacher beat me
Hmm.
or shouted at me, the parent is most likely to say, "Very good, you
Hmm.
deserve it." So that being said,
That's your parents. Oh,
yes,
you can't do that.
and most of the parents that I knew, other parents that I knew. So in this present environment, how do you suggest we tackle certain behavior that could be controlled through negative reinforcement that we used to do in the past?
Hmm.
How do we tackle this? Things like being fussy or not listening, or certain behavior that could easily be just reinforced through negative reinforcement, a minor reinforcement at home or at school, but
Uh,
that's no longer the norm. How do you suggest that we handle those kind of things?
yes. So let me start by, you know, the current generation of children uh, are, are sometimes in confusion whether this parent is a parent or a friend, because you switch roles very fast. Today I'm your uh, parent, today I'm your friend, so they're confused. Yesterday you were playing with me. Our parents never played with us, so that's why they could remain in the parent role all the time, and they did negative reinforcement, or they punished us and we accepted it. So, because you're switching roles very fast, you are now not a parent alone or a friend alone. You have to guide the child, give them both the pros and cons of what they are doing, and let them select. Let them select what they want to do with it. So you tell them this is the negative, this is the positive. It's your decision. If you do this again, this is where you're going to go. And if you change your behavior, this is what is going to happen with you. This is something good that is going to happen with you. So this is how you guide them into telling them what is right and what is wrong. That's my concern. Parents are not getting this time. It's very important for the parents to critically give critical skills to the children from the very young age, not stop their creative thinking by telling them you're asking too many questions. Encourage them to ask questions, answer them,
Got
have
it.
a communication with them. So, you know, I have a cousin who has a stick at home, but he's never used it with both his boys. His boys were very naughty, but he did tell, if you do this wrong, I'm going to use that stick and it's going to really hurt you. He never used it. But the children understood that, that stick is bad.
Got
So,
it. Got it.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, you're welcome. So I think we can wrap up, Sandhya.
Ma'am, I'll still ask them. Any more questions, please? Can ask now. So, madam will wind up with the session. Ma'am, please, then we'll wind up with the session. Just
Okay,
skip it.
okay.
Thank you so
So
much, ma'am. It was a really nice session, ma'am.
I don't know, but thank you so much for
Thank you.
inviting me for the session.
Our pleasure,
And
ma'am.
and if you still have any queries, any parents, anybody has any queries, please, Sandhya has my phone number and my email. You can write to me and I'll get back to you.
No,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Yes.
Ma'am, Miss Kavita wants to say something, no?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Um, Ma'am, again, I really want to extend my gratitude to you for touching all the major points of the holistic development and the parent and child collaborations in a much, much better way. And thank you for the beautiful insight, ma'am. I just want to request you, can you come up with the topic of the child temperament?
I have a psychology department.
Yeah.
Let me find the right expert. I'll get back to Sandhya on the child temperament of the current generation, and we'll give you that session definitely.
Thank you,
Done,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you
Yes.
for the
Thanks.
initiative.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.